Hi, my name is Lisa. Welcome to my makeup YouTube channel. I am relatively new at content creating. I just want to say I know most of the YouTubers out there are just showing new products and maybe they get some kind of sponsorship on it. And I watch these things and I love some of the products. I'm like, I want to try that. And it helps me to make a decision on buying stuff. But once I buy it, I have a hard time finding people that are actually using the products. So I thought this would be a good channel to, I'm not a makeup artist, I'm a software engineer, and I'm purchasing products, and I want to see how they look, trying to use this product on myself, and how does it work. Okay, really quick, I just wanted to go over some of my previous Pat McGrath holiday palettes that I had, just so you could see the differences between all of them. If you notice let's say this one, these are all just shimmery, shiny type of colors. Let's just look at this purple one though. This is what the purple looks like. So we have one dark color, and then we have, see, if I took this on travel, I would definitely need something else with it. So this is not a one and done type of palette. And then we have this one over here, and it is, this bronze is kind of nice. I'll show you this one. So that's the bronze. That's a little bit difficult though to soften up. I will say that with this one. Let's go into this one. Look at this purple. That's also a little bit difficult to soften up. Now out of these two right here, let me just show you this. There's only one matte in each one, okay? There's this gray one, and then there is this brown one. And this gray one, it is very dark for your only matte. So these are all very dark, and they're a little bit difficult to work with when you're very fair. Now let's go into this one, which is my all-time favorite one. And I have the other ones as well from the last couple years, but these are the ones that I could find easily. So you can see here, it is much lighter. It's going to be easier to diffuse. It's going to be a much easier palette to work with. So this is my all-time favorite palette by Pat McGrath for the mini ones for the holiday. Also, when I'm looking at, I'll show you this also really quick. This one right here is like a peachy color. It's beautiful. Do not get me wrong. It is beautiful. It's nice and shiny and sparkly. But now let's compare that to my Terra Moons collection, which is this, I wanted to use this one, the Aurum Regalia. Like, do you see how sparkly? It is extremely sparkly, and it shifts. So when you shift it, you can see the peach. So if I go like this, you can see that there's similar colors. When I go like this, it looks goldy, and it changes. Like, it's magical. Terra Moons has some very, very magical type of creations. And I preferred this one over the other one, so this is the one I'm going to be talking about. This is the one that I would use on a vacation. It's very lightweight and easy to use. I did add a little bit of extra stuff with this, and I used the Aurum Regalia, which is just a beautiful multi-chrome, and it's very wearable. It's a shifty peach multi-chrome color. And I also use Perseus, which is a matte gray. And I use that on the underline because what I like to do sometimes is I'm neutral skin tone. So if I buy a palette that is more warm, like peach is a little bit more warm, then sometimes I like to pair it with something cool on the bottom edge or the bottom lash line, or vice versa, to kind of give it a more balanced look so it comes across as a little bit more neutral. Same thing like with lipstick. I used a warm spicy lip liner, but then I used a taupe colored lipstick. So it kind of balances it out a little bit. And then I paired it with a more cool toned, iridescent bluish light clear Terra Moons lip gloss. So if you'd like to see how I put this look together, then just keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I'm starting off by using this airless, flawless, whatever, Tilbury translucent powder, and I'm putting it under the eye. And this will allow everything to be a little bit more blurred, and it will set the concealer I used. Now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury concealer as well, but I did buy the Rare Beauty one, and it's coming in the mail. And the reason why I want to try that one is because it does not have anything in it at all that can cause acne. And I would like to be able to use my concealer for more than just under my eyes, so that's why I bought that one. And we'll see how that one goes when it comes in. Now I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder because I put my foundation on. Today I'm using a different one than I was using. I was using the Hourglass. I just wanted to compare both this one and the Hourglass did not have any ingredients that can cause acne. And I research all of my foundations on Skin Charisma and all my primers on Skin Charisma because I don't want anything that's going to block my pores. Okay, I'm going to start off by lining my lip with Danielle. Okay, so I just outlined my lips with Makeup by Mario Danielle, which is a warm spiced brown. Now I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Super Cindy. Now this is an interesting color, and I want you to see this. It is described as a taupe, but it really looks to me a little bit more spicy than that. It's called a muted taupe nude lipstick with a modern matte finish. That's how it's described. So I love this color. I tried this color in many different lights, and it is my favorite one, and I have most of her lipsticks. Okay, so now I'm using this Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon in Dark Pearl. It is meant for brown eyes. It's funny, I have a lot of these, and I did not realize until I just looked it up that these are meant for the color of your eyes. So I have a lot that are not meant for brown eyes. And it took me a little while to find this Dark Pearl, which is meant for brown eyes. And I'm just kind of lining the under eye. I feel like this is the softest and easiest way to do your under eyes. I use sometimes like the Pat McGrath, I have to smudge that out, and then a multi-chrome on top of it. But I wanted to pull this out because this is so easy, and I just love the look of having these. That's why I have them in so many colors. I'm using the Celestial Nirvana Nude Allure by Pat McGrath. I absolutely love this palette because it has a little bit of a warmth to it. I love the shimmering in this, and it's super light, so if I'm going on a little trip, it makes it very easy to bring along with me without adding a lot of extra weight. Now I'm going to go in with this mauve pink color, and I'm bringing this right in here first as my transition shade. This is just such a lovely color, and it's so diffused. I just love, love, love it. And I'm bringing this up into this area closer to my eyebrow, kind of shaping it similar to my eyebrow shape because I'm using this as my transition. I'm also going to bring it down as my transition. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this darker shade, the brown, which is the matte, and I'm going to be pulling that more in the crease area. And I'm doing it lightly. You can make this a lot darker. I'm doing it a little bit differently, I think, than other people in that I'm starting here and I'm using a very, very light hand. So I'm starting it on my inner and then pulling it over. Then I'm going to use the darker on the outer edge to kind of give it that cat wing. Okay, now I'm going to be using this beautiful peachy color for this area. This is so pretty. It's just such a nice neutral palette. It's light and it is very forgiving on the eye, and it lasts all day without creasing. So it's a complete win for me. One of my favorite neutral for travel. Now I'm going back in with Skin Show. I'm just putting it right in this area to make the whole, like right under where I put the dark, to make the whole eyelid look bigger. And another thing you can do is you can take this brown and you can bring it down just a little bit more, like this, just a little bit. Super soft and diffused. So when I'm looking down, it looks fine. But when I'm looking straight, I'm noticing that there's really not much showing up here. So I'm looking at my mirror this way, and I'm just adding the color back in a little bit here. And then I will probably darken it up just a little bit more on the crease area, which with the brown. So interesting how it looks very different depending on the angle of what you're looking at and how the lighting is in your room, which direction you face your camera, what kind of camera you're using, what kind of lighting you have. It looks very, very different. I think what I want to do is I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to be tapping it in. So this is that beautiful peachy rosy color in the middle. Okay, here's where the magic happens. Now I'm using my Cali Smashbox with Crease Piece Brush 2, and I'm going to clean this up right here. Because look at this, now when I have this highlighting color, it's just a little powdered yellow. It makes such a huge difference because now you can really see the difference between the two shades, and it cleans it up so beautifully. And I'm going to add a little bit, around this area, the inner eye. And I'm also going to take this and just kind of brush it up at an angle. It looks more like a cat eye. And same thing over here, just a little bit more diffused. Okay, this color right here is called Aurum Regalia by Terra Cosmetics. It is one of my favorite ones from the winter collection. And I want to just show you how this look changes when I add this on top. So I'm just going to be putting my finger in and putting just a little bit on. Like, do you see the difference here on how unbelievable these indie cosmetics can look? Like, look how sparkly that is. It's so over the top beautiful. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, I did not use any glitter primer. I should use glitter primer because it will really show up more. Okay, I'm going to show the difference with glitter primer. I put the glitter primer on this side already so you can see the difference. And I'm just tapping it in on this side over the glitter primer so you can see that it does make a difference putting the glitter primer first. Now I'm going to be adding Perseus on the under eye, just a little bit to showcase the Terra Cosmetics matte a little bit. Yeah, I've been wanting to try this as an under eye shadow, and I think it is so beautiful. I did get a little bit of fallout though, which I probably should have sprayed it. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, just look at this one more time. Like, I'm trying to make sure that it comes out in at least one of the videos, because I can't see yet until I play it back. So this Aurum Regalia, I'm going to add just a little bit also on the the middle part of the eye, under eye, to kind of give it like a halo look under the eye. And I'm also going to bring it in just a little bit here and here. Okay, now I'm just going to use this Perseus just a little bit more to blend it in with the top eye. Now you can see like the eye looks fine just the way it is with the Pat McGrath. I did not need to do all this other stuff, but I wanted to because I just really like these shades. And I didn't have anything with Terra Moons that was like this light blending and rosy, so I feel like it was justified to put these two together. Alright, so I'm just kind of putting this on the outer edge, that's all I'm doing, and kind of bringing it in a little bit, just to darken that V up just a little bit on the outer edge. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit of this Terra Moons lip gloss. I just like this so much. I have a lot of different lip glosses, and I'm not really sure why this one appeals to me so much. I think it's just that in different lighting, it kind of looks like blue iridescent, and it just tones down the look a little bit, and it just makes my lips feel glossy and yummy. Okay, so now I'm going to be using the Gucci blush. Okay, this is a little bit crazy price, but I bought it when Sephora had the sale, and I just wanted to see, is there really like a big difference with this one versus other blushes? And because I have it, I will be using it a lot because it was a little bit pricey. Just probably bring this little palette. I think it's great for a lightweight makeup. If I want to have that extra room, maybe bringing the Aurum Regalia and that Perseus would, really make it a little bit more exciting. And those are also lightweight. I could just put them in a individual little containers and bring them with me. I'm really drawn to this cheek color from the Gucci, the Silky Rose. I actually really like this. I know I watch a lot of different makeup artists, and I was watching Jeffree Star, and I think he gave an axe to it because of the price, and maybe he's right about that, but I did get it, and I do like it, and I will be using it until I hit pan. Also, when I buy foundation, I normally buy a neutral tone, and because of that, I can only use cool, neutral, or warm. But if I use a cool tone, I'll normally balance it with a warm tone. So as an example, in this makeup tutorial that I did, I used the warmer shades of the Mcgrath Noodler on the upper area, but then I used Perseus, which is a more cooler, it's a gray matte, on the bottom area to kind of balance it out. Same thing with the lipstick. I used a spicy warm lip liner, colored lip liner called Danielle by Makeup by Mario. And then I paired it with a taupe color, Super Cindy by Charlotte Tilbury. I think these kind of color combinations give a really nice, cohesive look. Overall, I really enjoy doing this, and I hope that you enjoy watching it. So don't forget to subscribe and like.